Well, this is coming to the end of the Silver Spoon Time ×3. It's Friday, December 30th, and we have one day to go.
One day in the song.
And from that point on, don't think for the closed door, don't look for the closed door, look for the open door.
Yeah, what's the new opening? And we have a special guest today, Maybin Hewes, dancer extraordinaire, entertainer, comedian.
No one gets the blues when you're watching me.
Oh, did you get that line? Nobody gets the blues when they're watching Maybin Hewes.
True, and
Star of Still Strutting.
I've been married to her for 50 years. I never had the blues.
He's never had the blues.
And other things.
Black and blues, but not,
When
not
your
the
wife
blues.
leaves you or you ain't got no money, that's the blues. You ain't got the
When
blues.
your wife leaves you, it's terrible. Can't do without your wife.
Now we were talking earlier, Maybin, about musicals, and you said you weren't that crazy about certain people and certain musicals. What are a couple of your favorite
But
musicals?
you know why? Because if you have grown up in the Broadway theater, as I have, and you saw the creation of these musicals on Broadway, it's very, very difficult for them to transfer this to film. And what they do, which is a shame, they drop the Broadway actors and they bring out these Hollywood stars who are like milquetoast, and it waters down the project.
How many Broadway shows did you do?
Oh, I can't.
Was Pal Joy your first?
Yeah.
What is the secret? My wife loves Pal Joy. I've never been a big Pal Joy fan. What is the essence, the secret of why people like Pal Joy so much? The Damon Runyon characters?
First of all, the music is fabulous. Music was Rogers and Hart.
Rogers and Hart, I believe.
Well, sometimes wasn't doing so well, so we got Emerson.
No, this wasn't Emerson. This was Rogers and Hart.
Rogers and Hart, yeah, it was an earlier play.
Yeah. The music is wonderful. Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered, which was the big song.
Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. You know how confused you are? You're bewitched.
You didn't know how to title the song.
Bothered, and you're naturally going to be bewildered.
But the song was...
How did you get like that?
I'll tell you. It was written for the characters. It's a story in Pal Joy. A woman falls in love with this tough guy, bum. And she's elegant and she's very Miss Society. And she falls in love with this bum. And she sings this song, Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered.
He made it like that? He made it like that?
Yeah.
She was bewildered by him, or just generally bewildered by the sight of a man?
That could lead to a good resolution in terms of love. But Maybin, remember when they did the movie, Brando, he goes to the head guy, I don't know, it was Mankiewicz, he says, get somebody else to do my songs. He said, no, the people want you to sing. They want to hear you, even though you're a good singer.
That was Guys and Dolls, though, wasn't it?
Oh, that's Guys and Dolls.
Yeah.
That's Guys and Dolls. You're right.
Sinatra did.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I was thinking of.
They changed the essence of the show, and
Because
it loses way.
it isn't a show anymore. It's a
still.
film. You have to judge it as a film. You don't know to judge it as a. Wouldn't you say so, David knows everything.
Well, it's the studios are packaging, it's all about that.
So they have to make the film.
Meet their audience, not the Broadway
that's
audience.
Right. And the Broadway audience is going to come.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost knocked
Less sophisticated audience.
The biggest mistake, of course, they didn't ask me.
Yeah, well, sure. Yeah.
They should. Was West Side Story. They used Rita Moreno and
Natalie Wood.
and they did not use Cheetah Rivera. Cheetah Rivera made West Side Story.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there was just Rita Moreno did a good job. She
Sure.
even won an Academy Award.
Yeah. Well, it's based upon what? What else she was
Based upon
competing?
Cheetah Rivera.
Yeah.
And Cheetah Rivera's not a beautiful girl. She's a tough-looking girl.
Yeah.
And because Rita was a pretty girl, they changed cast
Oh, you mean Cheetah was originally supposed to play that other role?
Yeah, Cheetah was the
I
original.
couldn't see her playing that other role.
You don't know.
It'd be like two longshoremen hugging.
I did Summer Stock.
Wrong.
I
I
was-
got it mixed
No,
up.
I know. Well, I thought you
It's
said
not the lead. It wasn't the lead.
the girl who sings with Marie.
That's no. America. I think
Yeah. But you
that was
said
Cheetah.
when you sang,
Well, Natalie Wood's character.
who was Maria?
Natalie Wood.
Okay. You wanted to see Cheetah as Maria.
No.
Oh, then I misunderstood the whole
As
conversation.
Rita
Let's talk
Moreno.
about Guys and Dolls.
Maybin. When I went to New York, I did summer stock. I come back to New York from Little Town, Nebraska. The first musical I ever saw in New York on film was West Side Story at the Radio City Music Hall. Remember the opening? It was like the skyline of New York, the little grids.
Yes.
That was beautiful. Yeah,
You didn't sing in it, did you, Harry?
they wanted me to.
Did you? And what'd you say? No, I can't.
I said, Don Sherman says, Harry, save your voice for more intimate surroundings.
Yes, for talking.
You
Tell
have
them
a
about
beautiful
the time.
voice.
Don, tell them about when you auditioned for Little Abner.
You know that I was walking down Broadway one day, I was just starting breaking the business. I was walking and the stage door was open. And the stage door led right to the stage. And they were auditioning me for Little Abner. And I just walked in and the guy said, "Are you here to audition?" I said, "Yes." I said yes to everything in those days because I felt like it was a wedding thing. And he said, "Can you sing?" I said, "Yes, I can." But I'm not exactly sure of it. So sing something for us. I sang what people have told me is a very difficult song to sing. Blue Sky.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Blue sky shining at me, nothing but blue skies. Do I see? I said, "You're right, you can't sing." You had
Now
to tell
you treat me like that.
Yeah, well, you told me you can't sing. You know, I heard you sing. That's when I said I felt I had, and for the sake of humanity, not for me, because I can listen to anything, but for the sake of humanity and the birds are the ones that are affected by off-key singers, because the birds are all at perfect pitch.
Yes.
And they're singing around, and then he walks by singing a song, and it shatters it. Why? Now, my wife has perfect pitch. She has perfect pitch. Yes. Why is that? What is that?
I don't have perfect pitch, but I do have a good ear.
Well, what does that mean?
So you have relative pitch.
Why?
That's
why
what
is
we
your
term
ear
it
better
as.
than mine?
Because you change keys in the middle of a song.
Oh, Billy Eckstein says I changed keys in the middle of a note. I was right with.
That's right. Billy Eckstein told him not to sing backstage.
He pleaded with me.
Yeah, please don't do
He says,
that.
"You have no idea how you knock me off."
You told him
Oh,
to
yeah.
do comedy.
He says, "You really not." I work with this pitch pipe, and I get perfect, and then I hear the sound that comes from the and it wasn't my fault, really. I was born, but also it was interesting. When I was a kid, they auditioned me for the Glee Club, and they said I wasn't a bass, a baritone, or a tenor. I was a listener. Now it shows you how naive I was, and yet what an optimistic nature I had. I believed that she was telling me that she was not to sing because she wanted me to listen so I could distinguish between the notes and yet it was just to keep a Glee Club sounding good. But some people, you can't ever hear a person who has bad pitch or a bad ear.
Well, you know, I had a children's theater workshop for many years. And there was one boy, most of the time the kids went off key. Most of the time, if you trained them, they were never great singers, but they could learn to sing a song on key.
Yeah.
But I did have one kid that no matter what we did, we could never get him to sing
What
on
is
key.
being
That
on
was
key?
Patrick.
What is being on key?
Singing the notes.
Singing the actual
Like, I
notes.
studied guitar for a year, and he believed that you first had to physically master the fingering of the note before he got into when he talks about music.
Oh, of course.
And I
Absolutely.
said, the guitarist, I make you sing a song, and I knew all the chords, ding, know what to do with them. I didn't know where you move them, what goes on, what I doing here. And some people go, blink, G,
Yeah.
blanc, B flat, skunk.
That's called ear training
Ear training.
or
But
sight reading.
is it confidence in what you think it is that, and maybe it is, you know what I mean?
It's called talent.
Talent.
Yeah,
It's
you
ear.
come with it.
It's an ear. For
It's just a
example,
certain aptitude you have. You hear
That's
sound,
right.
you
You're
know
good
it.
at
I'll
comedy.
give you an example of somebody
Thank
who
God,
has an
something. Just
incredible
now, I
ear.
tell you to work. Other people work. Excuse me, I have very work.
I don't want to forget what I'm saying.
An incredible ear.
Listen, cute.
It's about Sammy Davis. Okay.
50 years.
I work
52 years.
I work with Sammy Davis.
Remember him?
And Sammy Davis, talking about ear,
Yes.
he could listen to anybody and imitate them.
Thank you, Gloria.
Yeah, he was a good impressionist.
That's very,
Yeah.
very, that's a quaint talent.
Oh yes.
Most people don't have it.
He could listen to anybody he wanted.
Well, imitate their style and their sound.
And
Yeah.
sound just like them.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Well, he would do Dean Martin. He
How
would do
about the
Frank.
guys that just with a little facial contortion, just a little move on the chin, and they look like the guy.
Frank Gorshin was good at
When I was
that.
on my way to New York in '61, the first musical I ever saw on its way to Broadway was Funny Things, Zero Mostel. He was a
Everything
great.
happened on the way to the
Yeah,
bar.
he was a great stage actor. I remember you were talking about earlier about why some people get films and others don't. Remember they gave the part of the Fiddler on the Roof not to Zero, but to the guy Topol or something.
Topol, yes.
And he would seem to do a great job on film.
Yeah.
You know, but I love Zero Mostel on stage. What a beauty! He was so graceful too.
You know,
He was a natural dancer.
The
as bad as he
producers-
was.
Oh yeah, he was graceful.
right there, the producers was really the great thing because he really romanced those old ladies.
Oh yeah.
And he's a bit of a macho guy. Really. He really likes girls, you know. And who did they give the role to?
Nathan Lane.
Nathan Lane. Now I can't see Nathan Lane sincerely. He could do it tongue-in-cheekly.
Yeah.
That he's charming this old
There was a
lady,
revival.
but it really required that lust he had.
Yeah, that's right.
He made them believe they were going to go right to bed with him.
Just in his face.
He was
Oh,
just
yeah.
He
marvelous.
could play this.
What about him in the front? Remember when he got blacklisted and he lost his job? Oh yeah. Well, I mean in the movie. Remember he's a big star.
Is he in the movie?
Yeah, he plays he's a big star, and then they cut him loose because he's been.
Well, they say.
Was it Woody Allen also in the
Yeah, he's in it. He's the front man.
Yeah, he's the front
and then they have to get rid of Zero, and then bad things. He does bad things to himself later on. But I think he was blacklisted, right?
But they say there are lots of writers, and it's getting more and more, where they haven't written the script, but they got the guys that go in there to sell the script. It started with a father who sent his son
Dalton Trumbo
and a friend to
and Michael Wilson.
in one of his scripts.
Yeah, Dalton Trumbo.
I love the line that the really great sitcom writer, the head of Gut Creative Nash, Larry
Gelbart.
Larry Gelbart decided finally to go up to a pitch meeting because those guys don't like to go to pitch meetings. They have to go. Okay, now we the first scene and the hat open, and he went to this pitch meeting with this guy. The guy was 24 years old, and he said, "Listen," he said, "Dude, the idea that I had, the concept, emanates really has its roots in World War II." And the kid says, "Is that the one with the Germans and the Japanese?"